Nation 3GD for life. Look, 3GD for life ain't true for life. Y'all find truth over everything. Facts over faith, all that good shit. Facts over faith, truth over everything. You know what I'm talking about? Truth over everything. No matter what belief system it is and none of that. Truth, facts over faith, all that good shit. Those 3GD for life. Trill nigga shit. I don't play no whole ass games. Nobody. All the time back. Real life. Doing the same, I've been doing the same thing since I've been on this bitch. Busting up the world script. That's what I do. That's what I'm on. Yeah. That's what I'm on. Yeah, I see that thumbnail, bro. Figure that shit out. I draw that shit on that thumbnail like that for a reason, bro. I'm just showing you. That Plymouth Rock landing on us, nigga. We ain't laying on Plymouth Rock. We know the truth now with that show. He's talking all that petty shit, man. He's showing you the oldest land on this bitch according to it rising and burning from war. We don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know how this shit got here. Man, we don't know how this shit got here. What up, dude? We don't know how this shit got here. They said it emerged from war. That's why I don't go past the sun with my shit. You can get caught up in what another nigga talking about. These of you get caught up on that planet shit. Answers not saying nothing about no planet. We don't know that this land was covered in water, then the land birds from the water. We don't know how this shit got here, bro, because you wasn't up. What came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know, I wonder. But we can goddamn retrace this life source and see it in physical form. We can go find the life source and see it in physical form. But you niggas scared, y'all, you let these Lord talk you out your divine state of respect. Amen. But just get saying amen behind all your prayers. But don't nobody want this shit for real. I already know on this shit. That's why I come on here and get out like I get out. With a little couple of folks that fuck with me. It was a whole lot of worldly motherfuckers came through on some whole shit. On whole shit. Want to get all over the nigga beard, man. I'm about to talk about my beard and my person. I'm talking about this information. No, I be talking about this information. No, cause you lying. Your case ain't real. No dumb shit. So I had to get outside my character. Stop being the punk everybody knew and let a motherfucker know. I ain't no fuck nigga. I ain't no fuck nigga. Just how I be overlooking you niggas. And I ain't no fuck nigga. I ain't none of this shit. I'm right to the street nigga. I just got there started chasing truth. And when I started chasing, I vowed to myself, I'm gonna leave this shit here because somebody gotta leave some truth on this bitch. My story ain't never changed. My truth ain't never changed, bro. Ain't that lame about me. Like I can't read what the fuck going on in certain situations. And I understand what the fuck I know what life brings. Not how to step back into self-service shit. Okay, it is what it is. I know how to support the motherfuckers who I fuck with. The long way. Okay, okay, I accept that, okay. Now I'm change the love. You know, nigga, I fuck with you, that mean I love you, I fuck with you. Just let that lame man nigga turn me when I was in prison. Lame as fuck out, man, fuck you. If it's fuck me, it's fuck you, long way. In your life, boss shit today. Yeah. Fuck. See, I been on information, brother. I be on no whole shit, no fuck shit, no none of that that bullshit, bro. Never, I don't know what the fuck going on in the world, bro. You just can't keep it trill. Oh, what would just be a trill ass nigga? It just don't work. It don't mix. That's why I be dolo, bro. That's why I be dolo. I try some shit. Try won't work. Try some shit won't work. Try some shit won't work. Oh, I ain't gonna let it work. You gotta keep the whole shit in the game, so, you know what I'm saying? Man, these folks got down yesterday talking about goddamn, I fuck around and cover some shit yesterday. I shouldn't even cover that shit. I don't even let my energy get involved in the wickedness. That ain't my area of critique no more. I don't, the little scripts they rerunning, children coming up missing. I did all that. I woke a whole lot of people up to a whole lot of shit to go on in the world, bro. But I be on the world script. I told motherfuckers, goddamn, when I was doing the man, this baby script. It's a baby script. I don't even fuck with this shit for real. I can't want to shake some niggas up. You know what I'm saying? Wake them up to some man going on the world information. Truthful information. And I'm going to dig deeper and deeper and deeper until I leave this bitch. And leave that shit here. Give a fuck who don't like it. I don't give a fuck. This shit, it be killing me. Shit, I ain't exempt from this shit. Be hurt me. But guess what? I ain't finna go against no truth, bro. And I ain't finna goddamn. I'm a treat like a true folks and treat it, bro. With respect. Nigga ain't respected. They want God to be supernatural. But you can see the portal that all these motherfuckers hide from. You can physically look in that sun by yourself with your own two eyes, but you niggas scared the motherfucking devil. And then you're scared because you know now the whole paradigm changes for what you got them standing on and what you believe. So now niggas shaking you at your core. You gotta find something. Even if you fuck, you gotta find something. I done been through this shit with my mama, with my family members, nigga. I'm riding with the truth, nigga. So going out on a limb by myself, my nigga, that shit ain't shit. That shit ain't shit. That shit ain't shit. And long ain't happy. But sometimes that's what it takes. For you to goddamn maintain, bro. Those damn choice for you to just maintain your sanity and not just let the motherfuckers just hammer you and stress you out, bro. About nothing. About nothingness. You can goddamn physically go look at that sun right now and don't be scared. Look at that motherfucker. It's gonna blare. And then the first thing you're gonna do is open up a perimeter. I'm telling you what I know. I do this shit. They're gonna open a wide ass perimeter around the sun. You're gonna see nothing but a blue background. I don't give a fuck if the clouds in front. I don't give a fuck what's in front of it. This is what it's gonna do. And then it's gonna goddamn brighten up, come to you. And then you're gonna start seeing energy rings. You're gonna start seeing the light rings, the intelligence, the information that wake you up and this is God's speed. This is how you get your intelligence from God, from the Heavenly Father. I'm on the one you saying amen to. After all your prayers, don't you fuck with it. Because all you niggas want to grab your religion from the good east. But all the information they got came from over here and been distorted. All the information they got came from over here. They got it over there and played with it, fucked around with it, and did all kind of fuck shit to it. That's just the truth. And then, once you do that, you don't see the flip. That's what the dot represents, the circle, the dot represents the soul and consciousness. Your consciousness, your soul, and all that stuff you spiritually made up of and all that. You gotta have that's the point of origin of it. That's existence. That's existence. Now you let some motherfuckers from the north, you let some motherfuckers that's really from the north tilt the ball further into the east and tell you this is the reason why they don't receive no light. Now you don't receive no light. The sun don't go all up around them high altitude ass places where you live. You don't live on top of the gold, but you live at high altitude. You live in the mountains and caves and deserts. And there's layers to that shit. They got plateaus up in that bitch. You go up in the mountain and that bitch level off. They got shit, water basins and shit up in that motherfucker. Ain't no motherfucker. The Arctic is a goddamn water basin. If it's one, you see what I'm talking about? That shit fake as fuck. I've been saying that a long time, man, all this shit fake as fuck. And I knew one day I'm gonna be able to goddamn get to another level and cruise more of this shit. And as I go, until I stop breathing on this bitch, I'm gonna goddamn keep on proving that these motherfuckers full of shit. We ain't got no business listening to them. Every nigga that hear me say this shit ought to be feeling some type of way about how you done been handled in this world and how you been handled in this world. Shit crazy. Though I be on, my nigga. got time for none of that other shit. None of that other shit, period. Shit, miss me with all that. Nah, for real. So shit. Boss talk, back to the struggle. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's gonna be evident with the fucking is. Oh, for real? Niggas like that. Oh, it's like this is like that on them? For real? Damn the truth. I don't just be talking, I'm the motherfucking truth. I ain't got no reason to lie about shit, cover up shit, hide shit, play by shit. No playing, period. These motherfuckers said, last thing they said, yo, they was supposed to horizon to horizon. Motherfucker, you can't even see no horizon. The sun rises in the east, which is ain't got nothing to do with the east. They trying to goddamn make the east beat. That shit is north. See? That shit is northeast and northwest. All that shit is northeast and northwest. If the north supposed to be standing straight up on paper, you gotta tilt this bitch back. You gotta hashtag reverse everything they did. That's how I knock them off. That's how I break them down. When you looking at that motherfucking globe, they tilt that motherfucker 23.5 degrees. The whole thing moves together. So get what? That's how they goddamn put you inside the belly of the beast and call the United States of America, which really is the black belt, which really is black soil, the black soil south, which really is the west, which really is the western plateau, where all the abundance and everything was originally at on this earth. And the original mountains and the original beasts were there. Yeah, they were there, but they're not you. When you go across Niagara Falls, it's a whole different thing over there. There's no walls over there. No wise, no what that was over there. And when they tilt that bitch 23 point, when they put that 23.5 tilt on that motherfucker, when they put that bitch on that motherfucker, what? They take you right on up into the belly of the beast. Now they calling you north. Now they calling you north, and you think you North America. You ain't north shit. If you were north, nigga, you wouldn't be getting this shit. You can't be north. You can't be north. See, the sun love you. The sun rests with you, not with Jacob. The sun rests up on your thigh, nigga. Yeah, because the sun rises in the east, go across the south and come set in the west. And then take what they say in Antarctica, that's when it loops back around and come back around outside that bitch and do the same motherfucking thing. Yeah, that's how I travel. So when the fuck do goddamn Japan and all them niggas in that Pacific water, how the fuck that Pacific was showing that Pacific water, where the Arctic water at? Oh, it sits up higher. It's above your head. It's above your head. It's up, man, ain't nobody going, ain't no parallels going up no damn ball, bro. Ain't no fucking planet, bro. The Earth, if it is a planet, y'all wanna call them other stars, planet, all these stars and illuminate, y'all wanna call this shit other planets, what the fuck y'all talking about? The Earth ain't no planet. They ain't proved it yet, and they ain't gonna be able to prove it. But they ain't gonna turn their camera on and show you the transition. They love trans so much that they won't show you the transition. They transition everything, but they won't show you the transition of this top view of the Earth turn into a ball of water. They just ball Mother Earth up and you left. Man, y'all niggas crazy. The sun don't get a north, no play. No play. The sun don't play, the sun don't give them no play. But you give them all the play in the world because you let your heart go over to the east side. Instead of right here with all the divine information came from right here, man. Corrupted information. You got it and played with it, got your heart wrapped up in it, and then when a nigga comes with real shit, goddamn, the niggas can't accept a real nigga. Shit, that truth be tearing my ass up too. Yeah, like I'm goddamn, I ain't too holy though. I used to call this shit, but niggas just think they too holy. Like they too much, they better than everybody else. You too much, and you just too holy. Yeah, when it goddamn, when it's sufficing to you. Shit crazy. When they tilt that bitch to the east like that, tilt that bitch towards what they call that clockwise to the beast like that, nigga, they tilt your ass right on up into the goddamn belly of the beast. You fuck around and take the position where goddamn them beasts supposed to be in. And now you over there, they got you over in the north, globally over in the north, because you really sit in the west. The United States of America, the United States of America is the west. And the rawest motherfucker come out that bitch is the southeastern belt. Yeah, the Bible belt, the black belt. Yeah, that's the raw. These the rawest people ever goddamn walked on this earth. I'm talking about supremely and did divine things with this earth, bro. Up under the sun, the children of the sun, the jewels of God, the heavenly Father. Niggas scared. Niggas. That's why I know some of these niggas be lying every time they sun gaze. You ever see that black? I ain't looked at it. Ain't looked at it. But it's there though. Know what the people call honor. Amen. At the heavenly Father. The heavenly Father is that black dish. Mama gave you the knowledge. The black line should put my black line on that motherfucker. Talking about that black line, that's my new bitch. I ain't let nobody shake this knowledge, bro. Nobody shake what the truth is, bro. Nobody shake me and tell me I'm something besides the motherfucking truth. Hell no, that's all I'm gonna say. On myself. Real shit. But I like that nigga hold shit over my head and all that old dumb ass shit, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. Shit. I go to bed start eating niggas smoke cigarettes. I smoke cigarettes and eat meat like a motherfucker. I'm doing this shit because I know better. So what that make me? Alright then, I'm in this shit too. I gotta accept this shit too. I'm just bringing the truth back like it's supposed to be seen. You do the fuck you want to do with it when I drop it on you. Do the fuck you want to do with it. And get what? I still fuck with you. Shit, I still fuck with me. That's like saying I don't fuck with myself. Like I think I'm just so pure and righteous. I'm just flawless. See, that's a bitch ass with it think, boy. Ass with it think. That you raw than the next nigga. That you supreme over another nigga. I don't give a fuck what make you think you that wrong. But when you go to thinking like that, it's really something wrong with you for real. For real. Because ain't nobody better than nobody else. You ain't superior over nobody. You ain't above mistakes. When you think your shit don't stink, there's something wrong with you. You can't accept your flaws and understand when you're wrong and parallels between situations. There's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. There ain't no get along. The only way you can get along with a person like that is to kiss their ass. I've been goddamn doing that with my family so long, I call it eating shit. I'm the best at eating shit. That's why they call me the glue, because I know how to ignore shit and make shit, just make it all better. Okay, you just do it like this, just make everything all better. Okay, boom, just do it like this. But the whole time I'm eating the shit, though. The whole time I'm eating the shit, so I'm a good shit eater. Yeah, in real life I am. I'm a good shit eater. Just for goddamn peace sake. You know what I'm saying? You doing something for peace sake, say that. Don't goddamn, swag out. But that sun, that melanated disc is called almond, and that's why you say amen behind your prayers, like that almond was considered to be the black disc of premortal existence. Yeah. And you can see it in physical form, so ain't nothing supernatural about the Heavenly Father. But when you go to try to say this how the herb got here, herb from the wall, where you get that from? Where you get that from? You might well go ahead and goddamn just let them swag you on out. I ain't accepting nothing unless it's factual information that come from my ancestors. If it ain't come from my bloodline, I ain't trying to get none of this shit. I swear to God, I ain't trying to get none of that shit, bro. But these folks that you listening to, they migrated out of areas. That the sun don't even shed light on. I said east, south, west. And all you gotta do is take a straight line. That K-line, beach line, I'm showing you what true east is. If California is the west, you go straight to the west. Hold on. The west coast is goddamn California and all that shit. If that's the west, you go straight from the west, straight across to the east. Where the east at? You know when they trick you, when they trick the motherfucking niggas and goddamn went over there talking about that promised land and shit. That when they got tricked to the wrong side. All that agency, man, niggas in the Sahara Desert. Nigga made a desert of fertile land. The Sahara Desert. You go across Mount Sinai and with that Canaanite, that Canaanite stuff. See, that's when you got that stuff going up in the wrong area, but you got exiles and you had to go there. And then when you went over there, guess what? You still went over there. If the story is true, you still went over there and prospered. And they went over there and said, kill every one of those niggers. This is true facts of how they story goes. So they God tell you to kill divine niggas, to kill the Negroes, kill all the Negroes on the earth. Torture all these Negroes. They'll make the torch. They got the torch. They got the light bearer is the torch on top of a goddamn goat eating now. Why you think they love them mountain goats? And you can make love to them. That was the order. Wasn't no order to come down to no lodge and ride no goat. The order was to come down there and fuck them. If you see, you got all these artwork with them sticking their dick up in goats and shit. But you're still gonna run right over there and not go find out where the divine knowledge really come from and who really made the laws of morals and let them distort that shit and let them tell you they the light in the light with no light. The light come from the goddamn the disc. The light come from the disc. Existence comes from the disc. And it ain't supernatural because you can see it in a physical form. They tell you ain't no physical form. He had to send a sun down here to the earth. Then he him in a physical form. He's supposed to be Ra. Ra is the sun in the physical form. The light that you can see. And the hidden esoteric. If you want to be esoteric, the hidden thing is the disc. But he will reveal himself unto you if you diligently searching life and say, I'm showing you what the fuck's going on. Ain't now nigga can debunk what the fuck I'm saying. Now motherfucker can't debunk what the fuck I'm saying. Until you go out there and look at that sun and goddamn look at that motherfucker. You ain't gotta do that. Y'all gotta go look at the goddamn eclipse. But usually that ain't the way you do it. You ain't gonna get what you got to get out of it unless you do it yourself. You ain't gonna get what you got to get out of it unless you do it yourself. But you can go peep at it through the eclipse, through the photos I be putting up there. But that ain't how you do it. You got to go come face to face with life, bro. You got to face life, and that's how you have to live your life. Everything life throw at you, you got to face it. Everything go on in your life, you got to stand up to our face. You can't run from life. I don't give a fuck how high you get. When you come down out there, how you got to boost that bitch back up because you're trying to run from reality. I ain't trying to run from no reality. It is what it is. And I'm a boss nigga. In real motherfucking life. Yo, I'ma show you. You got me fucked up. Real talk. You can't run from life, bro. You can't run from what it really is. Nigga scared to face life, my nigga. And it's right there in your face. The light of the world comes right up and right and rises. And then it don't rise, it travels. The sun ain't going up and down. It's coming into your view and going out of your view and swinging around and doing the same damn thing. And swinging around and doing the same damn thing. It's swinging around doing the same damn thing. And it don't do exactly the same thing, but this is motion. This is emotion. This is how I go. I just went back to the old screen, so I don't know what the fuck that is. You're pointing out massive geographical trend, but there is a mix-up with the geographical here in Mount Sinai. Egypt is the Middle East. Egypt is the Middle East. Okay. So where is true East? On out to the east, right? If Egypt is the Middle East, you go across Mount Sinai, going on out to the edge of the perimeter, up under India right there, that will be east, right? So that's where the sun rises at. You don't rise by no goddamn Japan, all that other extra shit. See, you just use their own shit and fuck them around. And just fuck them around. But you won't decipher the shit the way you want to decipher because you want to hold on to the other shit that you've been goddamn indoctrinated to. That's true East. That's true East. You got the East side and the West side, like I told y'all. East side and the West side, like I told y'all. And then when you cross that bitch up, that's what create North and South. That would create North and South. That's the earth cross. That's the earth cross. But before you cross it up, the first thing is east and west. So if Egypt is the middle east, the middle of the eastern goddamn landmass, all you gotta do is keep going straight east. So that's where the sun rises. The sun don't rise nowhere near north. God said that the sun don't travel, don't get the light, no shine, man. Shit, y'all going to get this shit though. Y'all going to get this shit though, straight up. So that's true East. We don't talk about true East. That's true East, nigga. The true East, the sun don't go north on either side. The northeast and the northwest is nothing but goddamn cave, motherfucker, up in high altitude. It got you thinking they on a ball sitting up on top of your motherfucking head. In real life, that's what they got going on. And you niggas know. Y'all niggas acting like y'all going up some goddamn water when water flat. Water is sea level, man. Completely opposite of Southeast and East Asia. Completely opposite. Shit, I ain't gonna play with that too much long. I wanna get to these horizons. That's what our rise come for today. That's why I ended up here because they said I was busting their ass up because I'm showing you Antarctica is the land, is the same land that they migrated from, bro. They migrated from a land. They migrated from a place where the sun don't go. They came up out what they call the North. That whole area over there, that Pacific over there. That's the Pacific water. That's where the Pacific at. That's where the Pacific at. They want that to be the Earth. That Pacific come all the way around the outside. That Pacific come all the way around the outside to the west and everything. Because that's how they made it. That water that come from round north and come all the way around to the west, and all that is Pacific waters. Then they want to be all that Pacific. All that Pacific. Then you got took the Indian Ocean and named it India for India, that Indian Ocean. And in the middle is the Atlantic. Shout out to Miss Meriwether for telling me as a youngster, never let these people make you forget about Crete. Because Crete is the land where a lot of Atlanteans were. And that bloodline went all. That's why I told you, they floating over the souls of your ancestors, them royal islands, my niggas. Those Atlanteans that went up in that bitch. These folks stomp Negroes out all over the world. They've been their job ever since they come out the motherfucking mountains. Those motherfuckers live in high altitude. Motherfuckers live in high altitude, man. Them folks ain't goddamn talking about shit. So I don't even know why motherfuckers still try to listen to or try to make sense of what the fuck they saying instead of just busting their ass up. I'm gonna bust their ass up, that's what I do. However, the main point, the landmass altitude rising, raising you up across Asia is spot on. I don't even fuck with that shit. My last screech. That's how I do when I come. I don't give a fuck about this shit talking about. I'm gonna goddamn show y'all. When Malcolm X, I'm gonna show y'all the slave ship. Y'all wanna see the slave ship? Do y'all wanna see the slave ship? The slave ship is Aramaic. The shit that I named Aramaic. I named the South and the West Aramaic. I told y'all that until I figured out the linguistics. Africa, the land of Africa, which they call Africa, which is in the east, which is southeast, which is southeast. And across from them, going across with the earth cross. When you make the earth cross, diagonally, when you go across diagonally, across the earth, that is northwest. That's where the beast come from. And this is where this African at, southeast. The bottom half of Asia, the bottom half of the continent of Asia, they call it the Afro-Eurasian landmass. The Afro-Eurasian landmass, all that landmass is together. All of it is together. So once you leave the south and the west, once you go across that earth cross, go across that line, you begin to go up higher into altitudes. Ain't nothing over there but mountains, deserts, and you go up so far, they flatten it out, they cultivate. They're in the mountains. They're in high altitude region. Yeah, they go up, they ain't going up over your head. They still on the earth. You go high altitude up into the mountains until you reach the mountaintop. All that shit's still altitude. Once you reach the mountaintop, man, you gotta get there, turn into a bird, or you gotta do something else now. Cause that's the end of the earth. Going upward. That's the end of the earth going up. Once you reach the mountaintop, that's it. That's the closest you can get. That's why nigga build pyramids. They be closer to the Lord and be closer to the sun. The mountaintop. That's it. Ain't no motherfucking water coming up over no mountain. You can continue to go up a boat and go on up to the top. You jump in a boat and all this old shit that just going on up some more. You don't go up on no goddamn water. Waterfall, not ball. See? Simple, common sense shit. Some nigga been saying for 100 years around this bitch. And niggas still fighting the truth. Niggas still fighting the truth. In their souls, they fight the truth. But their souls been turned into spirits. Fight the truth. You don't go up no more. They gonna make this shit be a planet. People ball the terrain of the earth, or Mother Earth up, and say the earth is a water ball spinning in the middle of motherfucking nowhere. How you do that? When you know it's facts that you walk in every direction you can, 360 degrees, you can walk in every direction, flat-footed on this earth. And you get on a boat, you're gonna step onto that bitch. You'll never walk up to no water and be face-to-face with the water, because the water is sea level. I told y'all yesterday, you measure water in depth. You don't know how tall the water is, you gotta go down in it and measure it in depth. You gotta hit the bottom of it to measure how tall it is. You gotta get down in the water to measure how tall the water is, bro. You gotta get off in the water. You gotta measure the water. Stick something down in that bitch that'll reach the bottom of that bitch and tell you how tall the water is, because water is measured in depth. Because it'll never be up over your motherfucking head, bro. And that's why they call that surface level, sea level. Water is the level. And that's why I spell water L-E-V-E-L. That's how unfair spell water. Everything I do it for a reason. That's how I spell water. Because water is gonna give you level. That's why they make them look. That's why they make those little tools called levels and put those little water bubbles in them, so you can see what the water. So you can see what the water is. The level. You live at sea, but you're still on this earth, on this planet. I'm making you out of earth ain't no globe. You tilt it to the east and the sun rises in the east. You should be getting plenty of sun, but you tilted it to the east. But guess what? When you still in the north, you still in the north. So how is that far east? See, they far east is far off in the north. God ain't kidding. Far east of them is far off in the north. I'm showing you true east is when that sun come up right on the Mount Sinai, come across east. At its highest point, he's going to be coming across the southern region of Africa. He's going to come across the south, which is Africa, which is the land. So you got lands and stands. You got lands and stands. I told you, anytime you go to land, you got to stand. Anytime you hear all those stands, they talk about ain't no shit but peace, my nigga. Ain't no shit but goddamn easing my soul, easing my mind, bro. Real talk. However it gotta be done, I don't give a fuck about it. He said, as you move from Southeast Asia, northward, in Central Northeast Asia, terrain dramatically elevates due to the Titanic collision. Some of the Titanic plates. Due to the Titanic plates that make this shit rise. No, it's mountains, nigga. It's mountainous areas, hilly areas, mountainous area, and desert. That's all they got in the north. Why you think the Sahara Desert sits so close down? That's why the Middle East rising right there, where East is at for real, because all that shit easy across the Sahara Desert. That whole land, man, that whole land from one side of the other is easy, bro. And that's why the mother came and made them European countries right there above this shit, because this is where all the bullshit got to go down at. This is where all the fuck shit got to go down at. This the meeting point right here. This the meeting point right here, coming up out of the mountain. This the meeting point. All this shit mountain, bro. So the stands. Countries like Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan are mountains dominated by the Tian Shan. The Tian Shan? Yeah, that's some Oriental shit, ain't it? Because the Orientals run that shit. That's that land, man. The Asian land, the land man belongs to the Asians for real. They call the Asians, though. They call the Asians, though. So Asians got down, let some niggas migrate from the north and just give them a land called Europa. Nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. Ain't no Europe. Even when we're living off your linguistic, they living off your linguistic, but actually all these motherfuckers are northerners, like I tell you. I'm gonna show you why they sit above your head, because they're in the mountains. High altitude and desert. What did this shit say? Average altitude is over 10,000 feet. High altitude and desert. This extreme altitude creates a massive shadow, a massive rain shadow. That's the northern lights they looking at, resulting in high altitude deserts like the Gobi Desert, spanning the northern China and southern Mongolia. I'll show y'all what the fuck going on, man. It's real shit. I don't even want to keep it. I'm showing y'all. Pacific Ring of Fire. Oh, the Pacific is a ring? I'm telling you, the Pacific water run all the way around to the west. All the way around. And in the middle of that motherfucker is the Atlantic. The Atlantic runs into the Pacific. The Atlantic runs into the Pacific in the north. And on the other side, you got the Indian Ocean. So where Australia, when it comes to goddamn this, now Australia back and bordering the Pacific now. Man, y'all crazy. It's a part of the Pacific Ring of Fire. What? Moving toward Japan, while Japan is an island nation and not part of the continuous continental shield. The continental shield on the east, that's their continental shield. Our continental shield over here consists of Canada, the Canada Ural Mountains, and on this side, on the west. So you got beast over here in the west and the north that God don't fuck with. You got beast over there like the Mongolians and all the Mongolians. I'm trying to tell you, all the hoes sits in the north. That's northeast. So northeast and northwest is all beast and mountains and shit. Motherfuckers that don't like the sun, because the sun don't like them. The sun don't come from over there by Japan and all that shit. They trying to make Japan be sitting on the side by India and all that shit. They trying, no, man. That shit don't sit right there. That shit sit over there, up there in the Pacific. That case, that means, make might as well say Japan sit in the Indian Ocean then. It don't. It's sitting in the Pacific. I told you I could tell Pacific, I'm fucking around. Japan sit in the Pacific, bro. It don't sit on the side over here where true east at. True east is over here, down here by this goddamn K9 beach line that I made for y'all. I made a K9 beach line for y'all. From Canada to Canaan. It's a K9 beach line. Yeah, you need to pay attention to it. Because east, goddamn, is right on the side of the Sinai, and up right up under India, come straight across that bitch, over Africa, over the Atlantic, and over to the Western Plateau, and that's where it rests at, it sits. But it really don't sit and go down. It just go to the underworld, out of your view. And when you see it when you see it going out of your view, when you on land, when you in Africa, when you in the Americas, when you on the land, Africa and the Americas, it's the lands, not the stands, it's the lands. You can see the horizon of the water, and you can see the line of that water on that horizon. It's gonna always be flat in a motherfucker. I don't give a fuck when you see it, how you see it, that horizon, that water gonna always be flat. Always, because it's flat water. That's why I stopped saying flat earth and started saying flat water. Okay, y'all don't want me to say flat earth because you got hills and mountains and shit. Okay, then flat water then. Yeah, that's my shit, flat water. Water flat, man. They got waves and moving and rock, but the water flat. It's the level, that's the level you live at. Water flat. Yes, you can correct it. Altitude, mountain, desert region, central. I don't even want to keep talking about it. Central Asia, the stands, and the northern channel of the water system. And what it said are interhic basins. They got water basins over there. They ain't got no oceans and shit over there, man. Up there where they at. They ain't got no water, no ocean up there where they at. That's why they always try to create that little fall type shit. Like that little shit you be seeing when they had them little fountains, they had the water go over another level, and the water, they just run down and shit, trying to make that little blow effect, like they got some water, some real pure water coming down. And then when they draw that shit and make that shit, they still got the same land masses around the bitch. They still got the same land masses around that bitch when they make this shit. They still got the same land masses in Norwegian, you got Canada and Americas, you got the same land masses they play with. The four islands they say up there at the top of that bitch, they use the same land mass. What the fuck are they talking about, nothing? I ain't talking about nothing. Instead, they are flowing from the Arctic or Pacific rivers, and these are empty. In inland lake swamps, man, what up? Y'all just goddamn big game. Y'all just big game for this shit. Basins. Somebody got basins up there in the mountains. That's how they live. They catch rainwater, drain and run into basins, bro. If they don't catch it, they're gonna run all the way down to the water, gonna run down like a waterfall, and they're gonna run to the seek containment. And then when the water seek containment, it's gonna flatten out, spread out within whatever it's been contained in, and then it's gonna rise in levels. That's why the earth is sea level. That's why surface level is sea level. Those times. I don't know why I was doing all this. The Ora Sea Basin, historically fed by see all them over got basins, bro. And if it is an Arctic over there, it's a water basin. On one of these motherfuckers, I made it say the Arctic was a water basin. And the Arctic was the Pacific. They said, oh no, the Arctic ain't the Pacific. The Arctic ain't the Pacific. How? In Japan sitting in the Pacific. But they don't want you to know the true location of Japan. They don't want you to know the true location because it sits at the top. It sits at the top. A 9 string, when you come out of Japan, was sitting right there, they moved the location and said, fuck, he's over here, a little island, a little bitty ass island on the side of the man, what up? They've been playing with these maps so long, it's just a goddamn shame. But I know the motherfuckers in the high altitudes. I made that what was in the Arctic was a goddamn water basin. Made it say that shit. Then it said, goddamn, it's part of, the Arctic is the Atlantic Ocean. So the Arctic is the basin that it gets its water from the Atlantic Ocean. So the Arctic get its water from the Atlantic Ocean. I said Pacific. They turn around and said, no, not the Pacific, but the Atlantic. It's on them. I'm just reading too fast, just blasting through this shit. So the Arctic Ocean, so-called ocean, is a water basin that get its water from the Atlantic Ocean. Wow. So the Arctic Ocean is a water basin that get its water from the Atlantic Ocean. Wow. A lot of y'all don't know geography and all that. So the Arctic get its water from some water that's fluid. Because it said the Arctic is sitting on top, and then it flows down, and then you get Pacific and all that. If the water flows downward, how would the Arctic be getting this water from some water that's up under it? How would the Arctic be getting this water from some water that's allegedly up under it if water flows down? Wow. That's why I said wow. So I'm gonna take the time. I'm gonna take the time. I'm gonna take the time today. I'm gonna take the time. Today gonna be a great day, man. I feel it. A lot of things gonna be, it's gonna be a great day today. I'm out to go on, get my mind on, keep the peace. It's gonna be a great day. I claim that. My divinity. So the Arctic Ocean gets its water from the Atlantic, which is a goddamn water that's supposed to sit underneath it because it's supposed to be the top of it. The water should be, the Atlantic Ocean should be goddamn feeding out water from the Arctic. Wow. They telling this shit. They can't help but telling this shit. They'll come back goddamn 6 months later and fix what I'm saying now and making excuses. All I do is sit back and make excuses. Know what lies do. Lies have to make excuses. Lies can't stand in the truth. They don't feel good standing in the truth. I've been learning how to accept my fuck. I know I'm fucked up. But when I fuck up, I'm gonna goddamn admit it out the rip. I ain't got time to be goddamn trying to make some shit be right that ain't right. My bad, I shouldn't have did that. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I'm gonna go on and get out of there. I ain't gonna try to goddamn flip shit and just keep on making shit just be fucked up and they can be fixed. Which is the real, what that shit say? Crossing it out, what that shit say? It said, man, why I seen that shit? Why I seen that shit? Change the difference crossing the Niagara Falls to the eastern Canada into the Canadian Shield, which is the reason the rolling hills far as 1,000 lakes, but sits relative low altitude. Okay, it sits relative low altitude. Okay, I bet I can debunk this shit. Got some altitude on it, it's up there. The massive altitude mountain plate. North America actually found out west Rocky Mountains in Colorado. Okay, so that's the high region. I know what it is, Colorado, because that's where y'all go out in them deltas and got them bring all this space shit in. This some shit, this some of my shit right here. This how I draw, this how I got down cranking with goddamn Aramaic right here. This shit do this every time I get right. Look it up. I'm in Peru. I'm sure I'm over there goddamn more assholes to show them how to goddamn peer review belt shoot this and everything. He wore. That's a milk carton. I know I ain't even no paper. I got a milk carton. Mapping this shit out. See, half of these land are black lady, right? Yeah, I'm still fucked up with the melanin right now. So I named the whole thing Aramaic. See, you got the milk carton down there. So, and all of the boats be sitting up on us. I keep on saying if it is Antarctica, it's behind us. But when you go into reality, Antarctica is the land where they goddamn migrated from that don't get no sun. That's the only place on Earth that don't get no sun where they migrated from. It's the only place on Earth that got the same condition as both of the poles they created. Both of the poles got the same condition at the land that they had to migrate from because the sun there's a certain area over there that just really be fucked up. It froze up, and in the winter they can't survive in that bitch. That's the area they goddamn migrated and come through. They come through them areas in the north. That's why I showed you. What they say, they gonna be looking straight up in the air at the northern lights, but they looking off into the distance. They looking at they know they looking at damn. Those people over there, they get all that heat from that sun. Now we get ribbons, curtains and shit. These translucent lights. They looking at translucent light. They looking at the translucent light that the goddamn divine light create once it get into the atmosphere and shit. They looking at translucent light. You see that goddamn, you see them land mass, Arab Mega South. Hold on, I gotta show you how I put that circle in that beach. Gotta show you how I put that circle in the middle of that beach. Gotta show you how I put that circle in the middle. You see that? Then I was calling her. You see that since that Plymouth Rock, the slave ship. That's a slave ship right there, bro. The slave ship, it lands right here. That's why there ain't no slave ship, because the slave ship is the land. And Malcolm X understood that. Yeah, Malcolm X understood. I'm trying to tell you. Malcolm figured it out. I'm trying to tell you, niggas. We ain't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Landed on us. Landed on us. Nigga, we on the land. We ain't land on no Plymouth Rock. Rock landing on you. Them goddamn mountains. All you gotta do is take that sheet of paper where I cut the lands off. All you gotta do is tilt that piece of paper, fold it, and tilt that piece of paper up toward the ceiling, and you'll have your mountainous region. And when that goddamn piece of paper ends, that's where the sky begins. Up in the mountains, in the desert, all that mountain and desert region over there. Plymouth Rock came down and landed on us. I don't get what he's saying. We ain't landing on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. These motherfuckers came down and landed on our land. It's the land. The land is the slave ship. South America and Africa is the Americans and Africa is the motherfucking slave ship. These the lands that can be. And then Africa ain't got no sense. They still don't do right by their land. They still don't do right by their land. They came over and dropped all kind of knowledge in that desert, and they still don't do right by their land. They still over there won't goddamn man, the holy land is the Americas, man. We done went out in the world, all kind of places in desert and need the same thing. That's why I told y'all concrete. When they con the Christians out there stonework. Who was dealing with stones and shit. They got a land called Creek where they con about that shit. They call this shit concrete. Now you got concrete evidence. I just look at shit like this. That's stone hard evidence. Stone hard, stone cold evidence is not concrete evidence. So they con the Christians out there going on. No Christians out there Atlanteans, man. All this shit bloodline to the Americans, bro. And it's being proven every day now. So it's time out for the fuck shit. It's time out for the fuck shit. You gotta get your motherfucking souls right. You can't treat each other right till your soul get right, bro. I know that. And I truly in my heart be trying to treat people right, bro. The motherfuckers got me just be poking the bell, be on crazy shit. But yeah, that's how I did that shit. You see that right there in the middle of that bitch said? The Atlantis. That's where they float on souls of your ancestors at. Look up there, Persian, Asian, see all that shit right there. Up top. See how it come down like a goddamn, that's how I draw it down. That's the beach line. From Canada to Canada, that's the beach line. It's the north over here. Sitting up over the Americas is the north. Northwest. That's northwest. It's in the west now, but it's northwest. Once you draw that line, it's northwest. And when you draw that line, Africa becomes southeast. All y'all gotta do is take a circle and put a cross in it. All y'all gotta do is take a circle and draw a cross in it. And that's the earth cross. That's the earth cross. They come out of the motherfucking eyes. They come out of the goddamn the circle, which is the sun, the dot, which is the soul, the part of the life, and then draw a cross in it. And when you draw a cross, they're gonna be 4 sections. You're gonna take east and west and create with that line. You're gonna create north and south. You're gonna create southeast, and you're gonna create northwest. That's how you travel today. Inbound and outbound. East and west. They tell you don't travel them east and west. Y'all don't listen to these Masonic ass niggas, man. Antarctica sitting up on Antarctica be sitting up under there. And I said, if it is, there's behind us. Man, all them goddamn lands is in the north. And north is not above your head. There it is right there. Bloodline, beast bloodline, Persian. Huh? Authors of the book. They wrote them books together. If they didn't, why the fuck would Solomon Temple be sitting over there in Japan? That's the island where they got all the way down where they get out. And they hid the 9 straight. They hid the 9 straight because the reason they hid it because they were ambushing niggas. They ambushing niggas. That's how they started this shit. They come down out the steps of your razor and started ambushing niggas. They had came and built civilizations and shit. And took your shit. And took your shit. And took your shit. And took your shit. You kept following your path. Took your shit. Created motherfucking little straits of water that you hide and manipulate, rob niggas on the trade, on the trade post and all that shit. Took your shit, ate your ass up, built cathedrals out the skull of the bone until they finally came on over to what is the divine land. Now y'all niggas looking at a promised land over there, and right above the Middle East, going on up into the mountains. And so-called Israel. People will take goddamn 3 gods from Egypt and name their land Isis, Ra, Elohim. And y'all still listening to them. It's all Gucci. I'm gonna drop this truth on y'all ass. The Sahara Desert has a very topographic with the average elevation of 1,500 feet above sea level. Above sea level. Hell it out in that bitch. Highest point mountain. I'm just looking at the altitude and shit. But they what I want to show y'all. Come on. Then look how he trying to make the water be. Now you know I want to see that horizon when that motherfucker got there go. When you can see that water line. That means I want to see that water line. That water line gonna always be flat on the horizon. What horizon that? If the sun rise, them always saying something about yesterday, them bitches said something about goddamn. Whenever I was showing them northern lights, I need to go get that shit to show y'all how they look at them northern lights. They looking at them northern lights from a distance. Them northern lights is translucent to them. And then I showed you the position of Canada, Alaska, all the bitches looking at the northern light. Ain't now one of them looking right above their head. They staring out into the distance. They looking at translucent light that they can't get to. They looking at translucent light that the goddamn sun creates once it get into the atmosphere and get with other earth, celestial materials and shit. They looking at translucent light, bro. The northern light is translucent light. They don't get no fucking light. They don't get no divine light from the sun, man. That's just it. That's just all. And there's one area on the earth that's like that. Ain't no 3 of them. Ain't no 3 areas on the earth that's like that. There's one area on the earth that's like that, and that's the north. And that's the north. And that's the land that they creating all this bullshit about. The land that they come from. That's why it's so easy for them to hide that shit. Hell, because that's where they from. Hell, you know they know all about the area. Nobody want to go there where y'all got them doing all that devilish shit at. Fucking animals and all that old shit. Eating each other up and all that old crazy shit. Alright. Nobody want to go over there anyway. They probably got good resources up under the ice. That's why they were there playing what they've been playing when they home. They gonna trick the world with all that crazy shit. They gonna trick the world with all this crazy shit. They don't know nothing about no horizon. Look at that sun. Look at that sun walking on that water, splitting that water. Look at that sun. That's how you walk on water right there. Look at that sun. That sun will make it true blue from the skies, from the melanin. The melanin in the skies will make it true blue. That's how you see the true blue waters. That's how you see the true blue waters. That's how you see the true blue water. Look at that sun. Look at the line of the water. How you gonna get a curve out there? Look at the line of the water. Look at the line of the water. How you gonna get a curve out there? Look at the line on the water. That's the horizon. Guess what the horizon is? The sun rises east and west. The sun rises and sets east and west. The sun rises and sets east and west. Nowhere near north and nowhere near the south. The south is goddamn Africa. Ain't no bottom of the globe. Ain't no horizon on the bottom. You know that. You know that. You should know it by now. You should know it by now. You don't know it by now, something wrong with you, man. Ain't no goddamn horizon for the South. For South Pole. Because ain't no South Pole. The South Pole is Antarctica. The landmass they talking about, the South and North Pole, is Antarctica. And it's the same area where they migrate from, north. That's the only area on Earth that's like that. And then you got certain parts, northwest, over there, they got there a peak across the mountain, get a little light. Get a little light across the mountain as it comes, as the sun travels. They get a little light. Give them a little light. But in that middle, that northeast, that northeast was really is north. It's straight north. Straight north. That's why they get tilted. They tilted the motherfucker. They tilted that motherfucker away from the north and said, "Goddamn, this is why they tilted it to the east. This is why the north." He put to tilt that bitch toward the north. Put to tilt that bitch toward the north. Then you would have had an excuse why you don't get no light. You trying to make the tilt be a reason why you don't get no light, and that shit don't make no sense. That shit don't make no sense. You should have tilted the goddamn. You should have tilted the axis of that shit towards you. You should have tilted the axis of that shit towards you. Then it would have made sense that you don't get no sun, because the sun would have been tilted your way. But you tilted it towards where the sun pole to come from, toward the end. But all that shit north of there. All that shit north. So you get no sun period anyway. You get no sun period anyway. And this is the landmass y'all talking about, man. All that shit. Antarctica is the same. Ain't no Antarctica. Ain't no Antarctica up on the bottom of no goddamn ball. There ain't no bottom of no goddamn ball. Y'all gonna figure this shit out one day. I'm just gonna goddamn ride and goddamn pop my shit. Yeah, we'll pop my shit. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Sunset over the Indian Ocean. You know, rising over the Indian Ocean. How you get there? You got to be in India or Africa. You got to be in the east, on the land, man, looking out across that water to see that horizon. That's how you see that. You got to be on land, man. In the south, you got to be sea level. You got to be somewhere close to sea level to see this. The sun rising. It ain't rising, it's coming into your view. That's what it's doing, it's traveling, coming into your view. And that motherfucker is not no 93 million miles of motherfucking way. Who measured that shit? The sun is 93 million miles away. Who the fuck measured that shit? I ain't getting no credit for shit, bro. Look at that shit. Sunset over the Atlantic Ocean. You can see this. You can see this from goddamn both sides. You can see this on both sides. Going on across, going out your view. The Atlantic Ocean is in the middle, right? Huh? It's in the middle, right? So it's still traveling out your eyesight. It's still in there traveling out your eyesight. And once it go across the Atlantic, you gotta go to the Pacific. You gotta go hit the Pacific. You gotta go hit the Pacific and goddamn rest in the west. Go straight across. That mother going straight across the earth, bro. You're going straight across the lands. That's why the lands are fertile and shit. God taking care of the earth. The sun taking care of the earth. Taking care of the terrain, taking care of the areas that will grow crops and all that shit. That's why people in these areas are melanated. That's why people in these areas are melanated. Look at the water. Water flat as hell. Where the ball at? Oh, the Arctic Ocean. Oh, it's up over your head and all that. Okay, y'all keep riding with it. Keep riding on the planet and spinning on balls and tilting. Keep doing all that shit. Boom. Now there it is over the Pacific. That's the West. They gotta try to make the water a little fucked up. They ain't trying to make the water a little fucked up. Cause they gotta have raw water. You can't really travel the Pacific like that because you can't go around the backside of no motherfucking water ball. You can't go around the backside of no water ball and ride sideways on this bitch. That's why. You can't ride around the goddamn globe sideways on this bitch. I told him, you gotta give me a better view. Now look at that right there. Now that's the Pacific Ocean horizon. Where you see that from? You You see that from the Western Plateau. You see that from the Western Plateau. Huh? Look at that water line. Where the sky meet the water. Where the sky meet the water. And once it's gone on out your distance, it's gonna look like it's going down, but it's just going out of your view. It's called perception. Perception. It's called perception. Your eye perception. You can only perceive so much eyesight. You can only see so far. And it looks like it's going down, but it's going out of your view. And that's what the ancients consider to be. Once it go under the horizon, that's what the ancients consider to be the underworld, the third tier. That's the third tier. When things go out of your sight under the horizon, that's the third tier. There's 3-tier cosmology. The heavens, the earth, and the underworld when things go under the horizon. Ain't no ball of water. Ain't no planet. Ain't no planet. In real life, ain't no goddamn planet. My motherfucking black man. Uh-oh. When the sun rises in Canada, it's high. The highland creates sweet. Let's just say sweet. I'll read it in a minute. Y'all read that motherfucker. I'm on this bitch. On this bitch in a real way. We're gonna get into it now. High northern altitude creates sweeping low angles as in along the horizon in western regions, like the Canadian Rockies at the Canadian Rockies at the first light. At the first light of dawn strikes the highest major water basin. Now they got to deal with water basins and all this. They can't see the fucking horizon. They can't see the fucking horizon. That's why they probably think they can fool you with these water balls here. They can't see the horizon. The horizon is flat as fuck. The horizon is in the east and west. The horizon is in the east and the west. And in the middle of the Atlantic, you can see it moving across the Atlantic. You can see it got that move across the Atlantic. It look like it's going down, but it ain't going down. The Atlantic Ocean proved it. The Atlantic Ocean just proved that it ain't going down. They're just going across it. Because the Atlantic Ocean can give you a horizon too. Because it's moved across the middle. The water in the middle is the Atlantic Ocean. How you get a horizon at the Atlantic Ocean if the sun is going down on the side of the water? Wow. 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 How do you get a horizon from the middle? How can you get a horizon looking from Africa, looking for south? How can you get a horizon from the Atlantic Ocean? How can you get a horizon if the sun's going down under the water? It's going out of the view. That's how you can get a horizon of the Atlantic. What it knows. East, south. I guess, I don't know. But I know they all can't see a horizon. These all can't see a horizon. Just like they can't see no light. They can't see none of that translucent shit. Because they up in the mountain. That's what the fuck they at. The highest major water basin in Asia. They're the highest water basin it is right there. They got water basins, y'all. Ain't no Arctic Ocean, y'all. The Arctic Ocean is a goddamn basin, a water basin that's in the mountains, bro. They trying to make themselves be so important. They want the North to come and control. The North control your life. The world is living by a torch. There's a motherfucking nigga named Lucifer carrying a torch. And his job is to goddamn eliminate all Negroes. Kill every nigga in sight. Kill every one of them Negroes. We'll handle America. Y'all just get rid of them Negroes. Them Negroes know too much. Them gods key. We gotta get them gods, motherfuckers. We gotta get them gods, motherfuckers. We gotta get them. Can't let them ride. That's a water basin. That's a water basin in them high altitude ass mountains where these people come from, where these people live. And where them motherfucking northerners came from, they came and goddamn went over to the east side. They went from goddamn northwest to northeast. They went from northwest to northeast. They traveled from the west They ain't travel from the Western Plateau. They travel. They said them goddamn Western hunter-gatherers. They call them the Western hunter-gatherers trying to goddamn stop away, put you in some fuck shit. No, they ain't talking about us. They talking about the Northwest are the hunter-gatherers. Yeah. And over them Niagara Falls over there in Canada and that north. Those are the hunter-gatherers they talk about that travel over here and buy for food and all that shit. You got agriculture going on for food and all that shit. Straight up. Straight up. So that's a water. They look at that water. That's one of the largest water basins up in them high altitude ass places. 200 meters. So I'm saying 14,800 feet above sea level. Away from the oceans, away from sea level, away from the water. These are water basins, y'all. Ain't no Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is a fucking water basin. That's what's going on. We'll tell y'all some good shit. Tell y'all some good shit. I'm just telling y'all some good shit. I'm just telling y'all some good shit in real life. Straight up. Tell y'all some good shit in real life, straight up. Good shit in real life, straight up. A water basin, also known as a drainage basin, a watershed, what is this, a catchment, is an area of land where the precipitation collects and drains into a single common outlet, such as a river, a lake, or ocean. Natural boundaries. Just telling you what a water basin is. Y'all know what the fuck a water basin is. You know what this shit is? For the food world, this shit. You got y'all goddamn praying all kind of shit. You got your heart in the east. You live in the west, but your heart in the east, believe me. Basically, it's just many size, a small local creek. Y'all know the water basin is. It ain't the ocean. Ain't no fucking ocean. Ain't no Arctic Ocean. Ain't no Arctic Ocean. When the sun rises in Norway, the highest northern latitude creates a long, slow dawn. And what is this that's getting along? Yes, the Arctic is a basin. Huh? Oh shit. Oh shit. Man, let me smoke me a cigarette. Let me ride and smoke me a squat. Yes, the Arctic is a basin. The Arctic basin, so-called the North Polar Basin. Wow. Wow. I said, wow. Wow. Oh, man. Globe head. We used to call that globe talk. Globe head. We used to be insulting. I ain't trying to insult nobody. I'm good. It's that black line shit. That black line gonna lead you back to the source of life. You gotta face life. I'm ready. There's a water basin called the North Polar word pole, cause they that pole shit. And they created that pole shit on that. Fuck that pole shit. Fuck polar. Fuck polar. You can have polar. Y'all hold bipolar. Y'all be bipolar around this shit. That's right. That's right. You don't get out this bitch and then erase all these screenshots. You got there go get some more screenshots and ride and pop some more shit about that goddamn bullshit going on over there in Ireland. I'm gonna goddamn go back some more and anything else I think about I want to pop on this whole. Cause I got a pop from the office. I got to ride and just look at all this shit. Because a nigga being here. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, and I'm fucking in a major way. Letting it go down. Letting it go down to peace. In a major way. But the boat stop here though. Everything stops when the boat stop. You know that though. Don't stop till you get enough. Keep on. Hit up on top. Hey. Yes, the Arctic is a basin. The Arctic Basin, also called the North Polar Basin, is a vast oceanic basin located in the Arctic Ocean. Ain't no Arctic Ocean, it's a basin. Surrounded by the landmass of Europe, Asia, and North America. Oh, them the 4 land masses around the so-called pole, huh? You should have said Greenland too, because Greenland is the closest land mass to this so-called pole that's up on top of your head. Asia and North America. It is divided into 2 major sub-basins. The Eurasian basin and Africa, man, that shit. Y'all believe, man, these folks crazy. There ain't no Arctic Ocean, bro. Ain't no fucking Arctic Ocean, bro. All that shit going on. They over there playing with that northern land and playing with all that old bullshit. Fooling the world, this dumb ass shit about a fucking globe and all that shit. When the sun rises in Norway, the highest northern latitude race, and long, slow, oh, we the wrong shit again. It's the, okay, I got that shit 2 times. See what else on this bitch. It's not in, oh, it's not in the Pacific. It's not in the Pacific water. Where is it? Oh, so y'all, oh, so it tilted over there so it meets up with the Atlantic. Source of water. Finna chill on the show right now, watch this shit. I had to look at this shit. There's an own distinct ocean, dude. It does receive a small portion of water from, oh, it does receive a small portion of water. Oh, it does receive a small portion of water from the Pacific. It's supposed to be feeding the water. It's on top, it's supposed to be feeding all the water. It's supposed to be feeding all the water out of there. On top of your head. On top of your head. This water on top of your head, y'all. These water basins on top of your head. The Arctic Ocean gotta be a basin, bro. Because it's on top. You gotta be feeding the water down to the rest of the ocean. How the fuck is it receiving water from the Pacific? How the fuck is it receiving a small portion of water from the Pacific? Man, stop playing. Man, stop playing. I remember we seen that goddamn line with the goddamn salt water mixed with fresh water. And they had that line in the middle of that bubble in the water, how the water be filtered each other. How the water did I filter itself. That shit was amazing when I first got that scene. That shit. Look at this line in that motherfucker. Look at that line in that motherfucker. That shit amazing. How the salt water filtered itself before it go into fresh water. Like pull this shit up, let y'all see this shit. It creates a line like a line going down the middle of the water. When the water separates and filters itself, it's like a line going down the middle of the goddamn water. The Arctic Ocean is a unique body of water with its own distinct characteristics, source of water. The vast majority of the water entering the Arctic Ocean actually comes from the Atlantic Ocean, via from the Strait of the Barents Sea, not Pacific. Okay, my bad. Thank you though. Thank you though, Gemini. Thank you though, Gemini. So it get its water from the Atlantic Ocean. Pacific waters enter into the Arctic, but only in relatively small amounts through. Ow! And the bitch sitting on top of your head. The Pacific from the Bering Strait. The Anaya Strait that they hit, the Bering Strait, the same strait of fucking water. The same strait of motherfucking water. Man, stop playing. Man, stop playing. Stop playing. Yes, the Arctic Ocean is predominantly filled with Atlantic waters. Wow. But the water on top though. Arctic Ocean sitting on top of everything though. How it's receiving water from the bottom, but they draining the water up, is evaporating up there. How? I'm gonna make it pop this same shit. That's the one they glad to screens. I do what I want. I need all that shit to get to this. Do it. It was just like I know I was coming on this bitch for something. Do what I came on this whole fucker. If the Arctic Ocean sitting on top of your motherfucking head at a North Pole and all this old 90-degree parallel and all that shit up there, how the fuck is it receiving water from the Atlantic Ocean? And the Atlantic Ocean supposed to sit beneath this motherfucker. How? Indians are how? Negro Indians are how? How, you wonder how? How the fuck do the Atlantic Ocean feed water to the Arctic Ocean? That's my next title. I'll be right back. I'm gonna ride again. Ride all day. All night too. make my mind. Mind games. They're playing mind games with people who critically think. Liars hate people who critically think. I see it, don't see it. Been told y'all that. I see it, don't see it. I see it, don't see it. I see it, don't see it. It is what it is. Just be real. I don't play with it. Just be real. In the field. Just be real in the field with this shit. Just be real in the field with this shit. Just be real in the field with this shit. How the fuck do the Atlantic Ocean? I gotta read the rest of this shit. It sinks beneath. What is sinks beneath? What the fuck is sinks beneath? A fresher, colder surface. It sinks beneath a layer of the Arctic, creating a distant deep water layer that circulates upward. It circulates upward. What the fuck are they really saying right here, bro? What the fuck are they What the fuck are they saying right here, man? What the fuck they saying right here, man? They said that everything that they gave you is some bullshit. They said this global world is so fucked up. And then a lie gotta tell another lie. Or just say they just playing or whatever the fuck. They just playing. They just playing. They ain't lying to you. They just playing, man. They just play. They gotta just be playing. I don't do no playing. The Atlantic, said the Atlantic waters is warmer than the salty water. It sinks beneath the fresher water surface level at the Arctic, creating distinct deep water layers that circulates throughout the entire Arctic basin. The massive influx of Atlantic water helps drive the major ocean current that puts ice and water across the Arctic. Man, these folks gotta be lost their goddamn minds. These folks gotta be lost their motherfucking mind. Ain't nowhere in the fuck they got an Arctic Ocean sitting on top of your motherfucking head. There's no motherfucking water. It's going from the Atlantic Ocean and feeding the Arctic. Because it's a fucking basin. Because it's in the mountains. Because it's in that area that they say don't get no light from the sun. That's where they at. High altitude in them goddamn mountains. The north ain't nothing but mountains and caves, man. And desert. The mountains ain't nothing but motherfucking desert, caves, and mountains. That's all that shit is. And they show you certain shit where they done cultivated lands and created water basins and shit like that to make it sustainable for life. That's why they got to have your resources. That's why it's a must that they keep getting all your resources. That's why you got them export all your shit to them. The oil go to them. Everything goes to those Mongolians. They got to have it that way. They got to have it that way. They got to have it come up there. They got to get it. That's why. And then they got to control everything. They're the refineries, all the resources and everything. This is why they got to have all the resources. They got to maintain taking all your resources. They got to enslave you. They got them make you get man, y'all, you can stop trading with them, they be fucked up. Don't trade nothing else with them. I bet you'll survive and they won't. I bet they had to go back to eat each other the fuck up. But we want to eat each other the fuck up. We wasn't doing all that motherfucking barbarian shit that they want to know. And God, y'all know the goddamn beast is. The beast is in the east. The beast is in the east. Over on the east side. Northeast to be exact. Northeast to be exact. Goddamn, I remember they claims some goddamn loose and be they goddamn motherfucking, be they motherfuckers. They just said everything came from a goddamn monkey. I ain't right. My grandma ain't no motherfucking monkey, man. I like dog melanated motherfucker. I like dog melanated goddesses, man. You know what I like? Yeah. I like them light too. I got my mama read. I like all the goddesses. Yeah, I like the true bloodline. I like the divine bloodline of God. God's children. The children of the sun. The children of the corn. I like the ones from the Western Plateau. But I sure wish they'll wake up and realize who the fuck they is. They goddamn white man a motherfucker. That damn white man a motherfucker. Him and that motherfucking Orient. Him and that motherfucking Oriented though. Motherfucker. You talk you out your motherfucking God, you gotta bleed on the in the northeast. Man, it's just in the Pacific. How's Japan sit? Okay. How's Japan sit in the Pacific? If it ain't sitting right above that 9 straight, how the fuck is sitting in the Pacific? The Pacific touched the Atlantic at the northern point. The Pacific touched the Atlantic at its northern point. The Pacific touched the Atlantic at its northern point. The Pacific touches the Atlantic at its northern point. The Pacific touched the Atlantic at its northern point. So how's Japan gonna be far east and all that shit? Because they created a little fake ass island, a little script. I said, look at the little script out there trying to say Japan sitting over on the side. They ain't no Japan, bro. Japan sit right at the top of that goddamn barrel. Motherfucker told you. If they push it on down to another on the back, some water, but hold up. Yeah, they would put it on. They would try to put it on the backside. So Japan supposed to be sitting on the backside of the waterfall. Man, when they had that war going on, time and they were timing how to. I told my cousin gave me good information. When he was saying how fast they get from California to how fast they get from California to Japan. You think they coming from the backside of a waterfall, flow side when you come around this ocean? Them just were flying back and forth from California like a one shit. Cause it's sitting right there. And Japan sitting right where you goddamn go to each of the east side. Oceans up the middle, just like I told y'all. I already have that shit mapped out, man. I go little bit by little bit. So I had to process it. I'm telling you, the Atlantic beats the Pacific at its north. The Atlantic at the Atlantic northern point. At the northern point, that's where Atlantic beats the Pacific at. Flat water. So Japan sit right there where they had it mapped out at. And once goddamn them dumbass motherfucking them dumbass children of theirs, them dumbass Europeans start trying to disappear themselves from around that gold they created where they deed God to the earth forever. The black rock. Yeah, that I sit on now, that's my black rock now. That's my motherfucking black rock now. Some black rock shit. Now I know why I'm supposed to be there. I just came on here and just goddamn fucking around for a minute. I'm gonna come back and turn up. I'm gonna come back and turn up now. Cause this is the fucking shit I want to talk about. This is the fucking shit I want to talk about. I want to talk about these oceans, the Pacific Ocean. I told you when I get to the Pacific, gonna sandwich their ass in. The Sandwich Islands, Hawaii, Polynesia, Oceania. I'm gonna sandwich their ass in now. All this shit gonna be on the backside of the ball, round it. Man, get the fuck out of here. Japan should be sitting directly behind the globe. Japan should be sitting directly behind this motherfucking globe. On the backside of the water ball. That's what you should see on the backside of the water ball. How they showing this motherfucker far east over here? Oh yeah, I always want to show the shit over here far east because it ain't nothing east or west. Japan, you should be located right on the backside of this water ball, bitch. Japan, you should be located on the backside of this water ball up in the Sandwich Island bitches in. You little Sandwich Island, Polynesia, all you motherfuckers are Mongolians, like I said. Japan should be sitting on the backside of this motherfucking water ball. Straight up, in real life. If it's a globe, goddamn it, Japan's supposed to be on the backside of this water ball. How the motherfucking bitch claiming far east? How you push yourself back far east to the Indian Ocean? If you far east, you in the Indian Ocean, motherfucker. Oh, it's this side when you go up there. Okay, y'all nigga crazy as fuck. Y'all don't get it? Oh, wow. I said again, Usco wow. Japan should be sitting directly on the backside of this goddamn water ball. Yo, this specific shit. We gonna get specific. We finna locate y'all bitches. We finna locate y'all bitches. Y'all lying, y'all can't get no sun and doing all this shit, controlling the sun with all these motherfucking secret societies and initiating. Nigga ain't gotta be initiated to be born. Nigga, we goddamn born divine, nigga. I'm divine. I'm chasing my divinity, my nigga. Yeah, I'm chasing peace, bro. I'm chasing peace. And I gotta put it up quick. Yeah, I'm chasing peace. I'm chasing my divinity, my nigga. I gotta go get it. Yeah, what it is. Japan should be sitting on the backside of this goddamn water ball in real life. Japan location should be on the backside of this water ball, cause that bitch, I told you how that bitch playing both sides of the middle. You can leave Japan, you can leave Geopon, like in Latin. You can leave that motherfucker and go to N1. Like I told you the other day, trying to make it seem like it's hard to get to the goddamn, try to make it seem like it's hard to get from Japan down to that land down there in Mesoamerica. Then when I said do it from goddamn Alaska, it's easy to do. It's easy to do. I can't see this motherfucker nowhere. It's easy to do. It's easy to do. Hey, it's easy to do from Alaska, it's easy to do from Japan. It's easy to do from Alaska, it's easy to do from Japan. Japan should be sitting on the backside of this motherfucking water ball. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. But y'all can't see it though. I ain't mad at y'all, man. Yeah, hopefully it gotta push on, man. My chin to the sky, man. Gotta push on. Gotta push on. Fake is fake. Gotta push on, man. That's why I wanted to show y'all. There was high altitude in the water base and fuck up that Pacific a little bit. But they finna fuck Antarctica up and all. I mean, I already fuck Antarctica. They gonna fuck Australia. I remember Australia used to sit down about Africa. Now Australia hugging and now it's bordering the Pacific and India. How y'all in the Pacific over there? So if Australia's over there in the area where I thought Japan was, Japan is goddamn ain't far east ain't goddamn. You can't go no farther east than the perimeter. Where you far east out there over there? Nah, you ain't over there. You over here where you controlling all this traffic out over here. Where you try to hide yourself off this goddamn map. Then you say it's like that because it's pushing you on down. You supposed to be on down on the backside of this motherfucking water ball. Yeah, Japan, you supposed to be on the backside of this motherfucking water. Japan supposed to be on the back water ball, man. No facts. Why you in the right place? Why? We want to see you on the backside of the water ball. We want y'all to show us this shit in real time, man. We want y'all to show us this shit in real time, in real life. Cause y'all niggas ain't living no real life fucking with these folks, man. You'll never find your divinity fucking with these motherfuckers. You always be living by that goddamn torch light. Your world is lit up by a torch. By your torture. By a torch from a goddamn goat. From a motherfucking goat. That shit crazy, man. Y'all go for this shit. Y'all mother don't want to find God. Y'all mother don't want to find no divinity, man. Y'all mother don't want to be divine. Y'all don't want to all us get along and be peaceful. Y'all don't want to always come up with some bullshit, some fuck shit to fight against the motherfucking truth. And I ain't gonna never tell them the motherfucking truth. Even when it hurt me, I gotta be the truth. Even when it hurt me, I gotta be the truth. Even when I'm wrong, I gotta be. I took an oath to myself. I took an oath to myself to be the trillest nigga on the tube, nigga. I did that. He gonna hold firm to that, my nigga. Everything calculated, everything for a reason. Everything gonna unfold for itself. Straight up. Straight up. Japan, how the fuck is you in the Pacific? I want to get, well, Jim and I talk on this bitch about asking me talk on this motherfucker, see something.